Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Today should be the day you were released from the fortress of Meripede. And it appears—
That's right! And we came here to see you right away!
A massive whale.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary waters, but rather something like the primordial sea. A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Tevat. Therefore—
Immersed in primordial seawater? But how?
most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have— Yes? What is it?
Ah, right! We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know something about it.
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment ago. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson. After the shaking stopped, the water levels in the Poisson area rose at an alarm—
The water levels rose?
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time, and have already returned to normal now. However, I still have a bad feeling about the whole phenomenon. If the change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater, then the situation in Poisson may be much worse than it appears.
Navia should be in Poisson, right? We need to go check on her!
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately formulate disaster prevention plans. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first. I'll meet you there to check on the situation once I finish things.
There's no time to lose! Let's get going!
Please be careful. The two of you have my thanks.
Oh no! What happened here? Navia should be around here, right? We haven't seen a single soul all the way here. Oh, this is...
What will I ever do now?
Look! There's someone on the roof over...
Just stay put! We're coming up! Watch your balance!
All right! I'm not young anymore. How will I survive?
Oh, he looks pretty sad.
My leg! My leg! How could this have happened? It hurts!
Just hang in there. Help is on the way. You can hold my hand if it makes you...
Oh, it's Navia. She's over there. Hey, Navia, are you okay?
You're here.
We heard there was a situation.
Yes. As you can see, the water level suddenly rose. It caused quite the disturbance, in fact.
Demoiselle! There was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to safety, but we've run out—
He's wounded? How badly?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately climbed up to the roof. Once the water receded and he saw the ground, he became terrified and
He jumped down then. Find the leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded resident to see a doctor.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission in the meantime.
All right. You'll be in charge. I'm sorry. Where were we?
The situation in Poisson?
Right. Allow me to explain. A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that something might have exploded on an aquabus. But before we knew it, water started pouring out from everywhere. The rushing water seemed a little odd, almost like the unique color of primordial seawater. Some people didn't realize the danger and thought it was just ordinary water. Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance to escape. As the water levels rose, they suddenly disappeared. They were all dissolved. Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperately trying to get the Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible. But there have been a lot of casualties. Fortunately, the water began to recede after the water that flooded the area contained primordial seawater. So the lower levels of Poisson are still hazardous. No one knows if this could happen again. All we can do for now is try our best to help evacuate the residents. We still...
How awful. And all of this...
It was quite frightening indeed. I only wish that everything that just happened was...
Is there any way we can help, Navia?
Thank you for being so willing to help in a moment of...
Don't say that, Navia. That's what friends are for.
Demoiselle! We've got a situation here!
I'll be right there. Sorry, I need to go for now.
And off she goes. Seems it might be a while before she can...
Okay, the wounded are being tended to. Of course, we should remain ready for anything. Traveler, Paimon, would you...
Huh? Right now?
Thank you.
Where you heading?
Not a lot of people here, huh?
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation in Poisson, Paimon doesn't...
Right. That's how things are now. The live...
Navia?
sorry. I just... Malus and Silver... They won't...
Huh? What happened to them?
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but they were helping evacuate the residents. But they... And
What should we do?
I've known them for so long. I could at least hold a funeral for my father. And I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver, they're just... gone.
Everything looks so clean after it rains. Even the gravestones. I didn't expect that you'd enjoy a glass of red wine in front.
I can understand. Besides,
See, it's not just me. I always want to bring something when I've...
How could Master ever be upset with you, demoiselle? Yet the cemetery is the home of those who have passed, is it not?
buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus,
Hey, stop joking around.
I'm quite serious. That way, it'll save us both the trip to see each other whenever you visit your father's grave.
That makes sense. In that case, could I be buried on his other side?
After all, besides you, demoiselle, the two of us could certainly be considered Master's closest companions, no?
Personally, I believe we fill those shoes just fine.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously. All right, but I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd make the... I'd promised to let them rest in peace here. But here I'm sorry for letting you see me in a mess like this. I don't usually cry.
Paimon doesn't know how to help you feel better.
I had always thought I could make my wishes come true. But now that I think about it, that Malus and Silver have helped me. I'm so sorry.
You can spend as much time as you need here, Navia. We'll stay...
Thank you. By the way, you can have a look at this.
Obena, Khan, Burnett, Giverny, Francine, Karina, so everyone else...
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. The overall outcome indicates that the cost was...
Right! Malus and Silver were not the price for saving...
You're right. What you said just now was...
Oh!
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
The knave?
Is everything going well on your side?
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request. As for these supplies, we have everything.
Thank you.
Wait, do you two know each other?
We just met recently. Right, Miss Navia?
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter. But that doesn't quite fit this time. Thanks to the knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from...
Mutual aid is essential to foster